Good morning. Here the video presents to explain our final year project, and our project entitled as Novel Method for Water Level Controller using 555 Timer. And I am Kerthiga B.R. and my project mate M.Malathi and our guide Mr.D.Mariappan, Assistant Professor of EEE, and Dr. Kalyani, Control of Examinations, and Professor of EEE. In our project, we use the components like 555 timer, resistors and transistor, diode, relay and LED. 555 timer used in provide time delay as oscillator and as a flip-flop element. It can be operated in the 5 volt plus up to plus 18 volt. The source and the sink current of the output pin near about 200 mA. Trigger voltage is 1.6 when operating at plus 5 volt. Next we used relay. In relay we have 5 terminals like coil, NO, normally open switch, and NC, normally closed switch, and common. And coil, this is the terminal where we apply the voltage in order to give the power to the coil, which then will close the switch. NO, this is the normally open switch. This terminal where device is connected that we want the relay to activate when the relay is powered. The device connected to NO terminal will deactivate when has no power and will turn on when the relay receives power. We will use the terminal for powering the pump. NC, normally closed switch. This terminal where we connect the device that we want powered when the relay receives no power. The device connected to NC will activate when the relay has no power and will deactivate when the relay receives power. Common switch. This is common terminal use of the relay when the relay is powered and the switch is closed. Common and NO will be sorted if the relay isn't powered and the switch is open. Common and NC get sorted. Next we used diode, 2-terminal electronic component with the asymmetric transfer characters with a low, ideally zero, resistance to the current flow in the one direction and high, ideally infinite, resistance in the other. In diode we have 2 terminals like anode and cathode. Next we used transistor. In transistor we have 3 terminals like collector, base, emitter. It triggers the relay coil and also water pump collectively. Next we used as a water pump, micro DC 3 to 6 volt submersible pump, mini water pump. This is low cost, small size motor can be operated from a 3 to 6 volt power supply. Just to connect the tube pipe to the motor outlet, submersible in the water and power it. Make sure the water level is always higher than the motor. Next we use the LED, light emitting diode. A LED is the semiconductor device that emits the light when an electric current is passed to it. The light is produced when the particles that carry the current, known as electrons and holes, combine together within semiconductor materials. Here first we start the circuit without supply, and we use the adapter as the battery eliminator to give the supply as 6 volt, and then our circuit. And then we have 2 containers. One container is used for tank and another one is container is used for bore well. And then inside tank we place 3 level of wires. Yellow wire is indicates off state, red wire is indicates on state, green wire is VCC, and we placed inside the tank. Placing the wire inside the tank. Now we give the supply. We can see that white LED will blink. The white LED will blink because of the supply is turned on. Here our yellow wire that is off state level, water level is same as the level of off state wire, so the system remains off. Now we drain the water. If the water level reaches below as the on state wire, that is red wire, then the motor will turn on. Now we can see that the motor turns on and sucks the water from the bore to tank, and the blue LED indicates that the motor is turned on. We can see that the water sucks from the bore level to the tank. If the water level reaches the upper level, then the motor turns off. If the water level reaches the upper level, then the LED light of the blue light will be turned off. Now we can see that the blue LED light is turned off.